So we had to deal with this migrant and asylum seeker issue. It was on the top 1 or 2 issues in the country. We ignored it. I was calling for the dismantling of hate in our country. We stopped talking about working class people issues. Rent is too damn high. Healthcare is too expensive. They're not asking me, Eric, tell me about fascism. They're talking about finance.
What's going on, guys? We got to react to this clip of the Cackling Hens on The View sitting down with New York Mayor Eric Adams. Now, this guy has found himself embroiled in a lot of controversy. He spoke out against, in this case, Democrat mayor. He spoke out against the radical left, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris open border policies. Okay, he spoke out against this because they overwhelmed the city of New York.
This is in the lap of the president of the United States. This issue will destroy New York City. Destroy New York City. We're getting 10,000 migrants a month. Now we're getting people from all over the globe have made their minds up that they're going to come through the southern part of the border and come into New York City. It is going to cost us this year $5 billion. In 3 years, $12 billion. We have a $106 billion budget, but $76 billion of that is already accounted for. It's like if you have a house and you budget yourself for the year, you know where your food, your clothing, your electricity, your gas, and all of those things. And all of a sudden, your roof caves in. You say, wait a minute, so I got insurance. Let them come fix it. Our insurance was the federal government, and they're saying to our insurance contract, we're not giving you anything. So now we have to, you, me, taxpayers, have to find $12 billion out of a $30 billion budget. It has to come from somewhere. It has to come from somewhere. And they're leaving us stranded. Stranded. And the worst part about it, we could easily get another 200,000 to 300,000 more migrant asylum seekers in the next few months.
And guess what happened? He got indicted for his trouble. Okay, so Trump called it. He called it out at the Al Smith dinner, and he says, I hope you win.
I will say this. I watched about a year ago when he talked about how the illegal migrants are hurting our city and the federal government should pay us and we shouldn't have to take them. And I said, you know what? He'll be indicted within a year. And I was exactly right.
It's about time. It's about time. Mayor Adams, good luck with everything. They went after you. They went after you, Mayor. Yeah, boy, I do that. 9.5 months ago, I said, you know, he just said something about it, about the administration. He's going to be indicted any moment. And guess what happened? But you're going to win. I think you're going to win. I know you're going to win. So good luck. Good luck.
Okay, now because these two haven't been totally at one another's throats, a lot of people see it as he's secretly siding with MAGA or openly even siding with MAGA, whereas Eric just has some common sense. Now, I am no fan of this guy, okay? Bear that in mind. However, he seems to know what it's like to be under the heavy foot of the radical left because they are trying to destroy him for having the audacity to speak openly and candidly saying, hey, we can't do this illegal immigration stuff. So now you got the Cackling Hens on The View saying honestly, some pretty disgusting things. I mean, they start talking about RFK Jr. It gets really ugly here. Without further ado, let's get into it.
We need to watch what we're feeding our children. And
what is the major problem, do you think?
Too much hormones. You know, many people know my, you know, I almost lost my sight with diabetes.
But JFK Jr. RFK Jr. ate some pork and now he has a brain worm. Is he the person that should be in charge of that?
Yeah, well, let's
now listen to this. First off, look at her goofy ass face, this freaking dummy. Notice that, now I don't know who that is. It sounded like Joy was laughing. But Sonny here is clearly trying to poke fun at RFK Jr. for the brain worm. Now, this obviously is a serious issue. It's not something to laugh at, but they literally just laughed at him. These are the people who swear they're the good guys. You know, somebody has a medical condition. Okay, RFK Jr. has a couple, and you're laughing at him because he's trying to make himself and other people healthy and you're laughing at him having a brain worm. These are not good people, guys. These are not good people. They're not virtuous people. They're not kind and nice people. They're cruel and evil and bitter people. It's that simple, not to mention dummies.
Right, and let's understand this also. In all of these agencies, there are thousands of employees and experts that understand these topics, and there are rules, there are regulations.
Mayor, a lot of them want to resign. When they see some of the people that are going to be on top, I think there's going to be a mass exodus.
If we love our country, then no one individual should take us away from our mission.
Yes.
If
Facts.
you dedicated your life.
Like, why just quit that's like if you're a police officer, but let's say, I don't know, the leadership is kind of woke. I mean, we're just going to quit and just let it be a complete woke takeover? Like, somebody's got to fight the fight, okay? Same thing for our U.S. military. If everybody just quit, like, well, the people at the top is kind of woke. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris is woke. The literal commander-in-chief is woke. So we're just going to everybody just quit all at once? Like, now what? You've literally surrendered to who effectively Trump is describing as the enemy from within. You don't surrender if you're out here trying to fight any type of fight. I'm not surrendering. You guys shouldn't surrender, who are my viewers, and certainly not the people who actually legitimately are on a mission. Now, if their goal was to be woke activists, of course they're going to want to give up because they don't actually care about health. They don't actually care about taking care of people. They care about themselves and being woke activists.
Key members of his last administration called him a fascist, but you've defended him. Can you explain?
No, I defended the rhetoric that we're using across our country and what our children are listening to. We no longer want to engage in conversation. They were even calling him Hitler. That's an insult.
That was only his vice president.
That was an insult.
You see how this lady, she tries to make a quip. That's why nobody really laugh at it. But you see how you try to make it a joke. But this is a serious thing. You had millions of people killed. Okay, at least 6 million estimated Jews and upwards of possibly 50 million people killed in the overarching war. I mean, this is nothing to write off like you got a political opponent and you just call him Hitler. They were getting ready to do this to Ron DeSantis because they felt like he was probably going to be the next Republican nominee. Okay, but now, as you could see, instead of actually taking some level of seriousness to the topic, which I know you're on TV, but you probably should have some level of seriousness when you're talking about Hitler being invoked. Instead, you want to turn it into a joke. This is why people consider you hens, okay, you cacklers, to be the joke, because you don't have good takes. You don't take anything seriously that you should. You don't listen to the American people. You sit up there and balk and cluck and sound like idiots every damn day.
That was an insult to the millions of Jews and others who died. We know what Hitler did. I said, we have to bring down this rhetoric. This is not the divided state. This is the United States. We're the greatest country on the globe.
Do you think Trump should have brought down the rhetoric? Because
Everybody should.
Well, let's start at the top then, because maybe it trickles down.
Everybody should. Everybody should.
I mean, well, how about we start with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, the actual president and vice president of the United States. Trump hasn't been the president going on 4 years now. So what do you mean start at the top? Why you always want to, well, what about Trump? Nah, what about the people who are in power and in control right now?
You actually stated that you think you said the far left agenda is backfiring. What do you attribute the decline in support among Democrats in New York to, and what are Democrats getting wrong?
So a shift and the state becoming redder is because we stopped talking about working class people issues. When mom and pops are afraid, I can't pay my college tuition. The rent is too damn high. Healthcare is too expensive. We stopped.
This dude is cooking, and don't act like you ain't heard this before, hens, okay, cacklers. Sonny Holston is the main one who acts like she's never heard any of this before. She act confused. Whoopi Goldberg, confused. Joy Behar, confused. They all so damn confused. But you got people like Eric Adams coming on here, hey, they're saying that groceries too high, rent's too high. How many times do you need to hear the same thing? Because this episode is old, in future episodes, they're still acting like, I'm so confused. Why did they pick Trump? Fool, the price is too damn high. Not everybody's a multimillionaire. Dummies.
To everyday New Yorkers and Americans, when I'm in the street talking to them, they're not asking me, Eric, tell me about fascism. They're talking about finance. They're not talking about Hitler. They're talking about housing.
Cook it up, 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 cook it up. I'm the boss, look it up.
We need to talk to everyday working class people. And we
not freaking Oprah Winfrey, Taylor Swift, Beyonce, and Cardi B, and Meg Thee Stallion twerking and shaking ass. You need to talk to actual American citizens. That's why she didn't get like no unions that endorsed her, because Kamala Harris was a freaking phony and a fraud. Whereas Trump talked to the Arabs, the Hispanics, the black folks, the Jewish people. I mean, he talked to every damn body. He was talking to the moms. Like, they had mom events, pro-life events. He did everything with the average people instead of a bunch of freaking woke behind celebrities that were out of touch and a bunch of freaking billionaires. And he wasn't going to a bunch of fundraising events like Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris missed other events. Like, she literally missed funerals of fallen soldiers and fallen police officers to go to fundraising events. This is not a woman of the people.
Stop doing that. And those are the issues that they are afraid of. They're afraid of the future of their children.
But the Democratic Party was addressing most of those issues.
Even the experts in their party were saying, get back to the message. What are we doing for everyday people in the country? So we had to deal with this migrant and asylum seeker issue. It was on the top 1 or 2 issues in the country. We ignored it. We have to go back and talk to those issues that people are worried about.
This dude is based, like, look, shout out to Mayor Eric Adams. Like, look, I mean, I'm still not a fan of, he still supports it. It doesn't make sense because he still supports the Democrats. And they're not the party for you, bro. I know that you're trying to, I'm independent. That stuff kind of doesn't really work. So maybe he has some sort of strategy behind it. But he knows, guys. Like, he is actually speaking, like, every single thing that he said made 100% sense. Every single thing that he said made sense. And they sat up here, they listened to him, and I guarantee you their little pea brains do not understand it, or even if they do understand it, they just will not accept it. You know why? Because they really don't give a damn about people, guys. They just didn't want Trump to win. They wanted the woman to win. They wanted a cosplaying black woman pretending to be black to win. Okay, the mixed Indian lady, they wanted her to win because for whatever reason, a lot of women are like this. They love to stick with the woman and take the woman's side, even if they're wrong, even if they're crazy, even if they're stupid. But lucky for us, a lot of women are smarter than that and didn't want that, because if all women voted one way, we're cooked. But a lot of women do got good sense, and they voted against this dummy because they want a strong leader too. They want to be safe as well. They want to get rid of these illegal migrants, bring on the mass deportations. Okay, they want a strong economy. They're paying bills. They got kids, young kids, older kids in college. They got everything going on. And the Democrats were not doing it. Crime is up. They try to pretend like the crime was down. They forged the data. They forged the numbers. They forged every damn thing to try to win this election. And they failed. And now the Cackling Hens are mad. They've been mad for 2 weeks straight. They're going to be mad for at least another 4 years, probably more years after that, because based off of these reactions, these dummies are not getting it. They're going to stay in denial. Let's hope that they stay in denial so we could go ahead and kick their ass some more and laugh at these Cackling Hens for many years to come. Those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate y'all watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
This is not the divided state. This is the United States. We're the greatest country on the globe.